chat. Alright. Yo, what up, Rhea? Bet. Excuse me. I gotta watch this video. Nigga E. It's the old phone. This shit all fucked up. I've been through hell and back. I gotta watch this one video of my nigga E. He was talking his shit on a podcast.
Really?
He's such a troll though. I know this nigga like the back of my hand.
Yeah, I have to watch her.
What'd you say, Rhea?
But this phone that I'm on right now dead. Finna go dead.
Word.
Yeah, but I got my other phone. I found a charger to it, so I'm finna.
Yo, Eli. Yo.
Alright.
All right then. Let me know how the thing go. You know, I know you're gonna be gone for this weekend, spending time. So just let me know after.
Yo.
You want to hate me, then hate me. What can I do? But keep getting money. It's funny, I was just like you. I used to hustle hard, never gave up until I made it. Now y'all saying Nas a clever nigga, nothing to play with, hate on me. I blew, but I'm the same OG. People warn me, when you on top, there's envy. Took my niggas out the hood, but you doubted us. Left my niggas, but they can't take it out on us. My bad. You want my house and my cars? Give them to you. Here's my house and my something. You can live in that too. Hate my dress code because I flow for the streets. Gucci this, Fendi that. Chrome Heart. What you expect, bro? Nickname Esco. Took this game to its threshold. Best flow. I let the whole U.S. know. Try to hate me like Jim Jones the illest? Or Nas the realest? I think we all know the answer to that. But niggas feel us.
I remember that in 2K12, man.
Yeah.
Illy, nigga. Ill.
So like that's what it is. That's what it is.
Let me see what niggas is talking about in the chat. Hey, shout out to my nigga E, bro. Niggas paving the way.
DJ back, so just can see from the intro. Don't quote me. We back with another episode, man. As y'all can see from the intro, you know, we had to bring my man Eli and BJ back. So just for y'all that don't know what's going on, we went to Clark Atlanta University. We asked a lot of the students a bunch of questions about hip hop. Everything we put out from there went viral. Y'all was enraged. Word. My man Eli was at the center of it. You know what I'm saying? So we say, yo, we want to have them on the pod. So my man BJ hit me up in the DM. He said, yo, I'm in my 20s. I want to come on the pod. I said, come on, let's get it. So Eli then came on the pod for a small 30-minute snippet. And he got the internet going crazy right now. Word. Because he declared Jim Jones more relevant than Nas and said Jim Jones got more hits than Nas. And I said, you know what? Y'all two got to come back and we got to have a full episode because...
Yo, they put two
like
against one on this nigga.
Of the youth.
They was like, nah, he got to be stopped.
Y'all understand hip-hop. Y'all have your own opinions. And we think that it would be fun to really sit down and do a full episode because, Eli, even though you said what you said, there's a lot of people in your age group and our age group that agree with you, just kind of coming out the woodwork. So, yeah, so...
And Capo hit you up, huh?
Yeah, man. Shout out El Capo.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You just hit me up,
Boy Jomo hit him in the DM.
Hey, bro. I spoke the truth, man. I don't know what I can say.
We're the
podcast, I said what I said, but the clip amplified it, but... I still about what I say, man. More hits, more influence, Jim Jones, bro. I don't care.
Okay. All right. Okay. So anyway, for y'all that don't know, I go by the name Direct. Next to me is my man BJ.
Yo, what up? Back again.
You know what I'm saying? On the opposite couch, we got my man Eli.
Yo.
A basketball player also. You know what I'm saying?
Basketball, cross country, track.
All right.
Okay. That's what we do.
Okay.
And next to him is another basketball player.
Word.
Former coach and player.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? My man, the last MJ.
Yeah, we in here. Let's get it.
So, funny story, right? So, we got a lot of legends that watch the Don't Quote Me pod. You know what I'm saying? So, I want to say shout out to my man, DJ Kid Capri. He got a new record out there that's crazy. It's a fun joint. I like to see, you know what I'm saying, him turning back up for New York. So salute to you, legend. And salute to Pete Rock, man.
Pete Rock.
Ever since we did the top 50 and we talked about Common, Pete Rock has been like posting. He's been active in the comments and the stories and everything. So salute to you. I actually got a funny ass story about Pete Rock. So back in grind time, we had a real talented battler. His name was Troy Brown. Okay. Right? So he's from the DMV area, and he would travel to New York to battle in Grind Time, New York. He had like a legendary battle with Big Cannon. You know what I'm saying? And the whole thing about Troy Brown was that he looked just like Pete Rock. So when they battled, he had a line that was like, "It's funny you look like Pete Rock, because when you dead and gone, ain't nobody gonna reminisce over you."
Fire.
That was his that was his big line. And it's so shortly after that, Grind Time had got booked at Rock the Bells. We had our own stage. So, you know, we had access to, like, the VIP, like, artist cafeteria where everyone was eating, getting lunch. My dumb ass. I'm in the cafeteria, right? Troy Brown walk in. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, "Oh, what up, Troy?" He like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, "What's wrong with this nigga?" I leave, whatever.
That's
the
Pete Rock.
Nigga left. I said, "That was Pete Rock." I know I just didn't call him Troy Brown.
This is crazy.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know if Pete Rock, you remember that, but I'm sorry if you do. Salute to you, legend.
The legend.
You know what I mean? So look, while I got y'all here on the pod, this is something that I say a lot privately. This is something that I've said on the pod before. But there's a point that I want to drive home here, and I think it's at the crux of the whole YN versus old hater debate, right? So I think that hip-hop, that boom-bap hip-hop traditional sound is something that a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, from our generation hold on to. A lot of 60s, 70s, 80s, and even 90s babies hold that boom-bap sound as true hip-hop. You know what I mean? I feel like when the South came in and started taking over, that's when a lot of the arguments really started happening. When you saw the Gucci's blowing up, you saw the Waynes blowing up. That difference in sound caused a whole lot of arguments. Now today, when you got people like Playboy Cardi, you got the Lil Nas X's, you got Lil Uzi Vert, you know what I'm saying? Trippie Redd, you know what I'm saying? Something I was thinking about is when we grew up, you had rappers, you know what I'm saying? You had traditional hip hop artists, you had alternative artists, country artists. Yeah. We're at a point in time where if you're black and you make any type of music, they call you a rapper. And the reason why they do this is that if Lil Nas X, right, or Beyonce even on a bigger level, you come out with a hit country song, they don't want you going to their award shows, taking over their awards, ruining the history of their charts. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you black, let's call him a rapper, let's call him an R&B artist, no matter what type of music you making, whether there's rap going on or not rap going on. But I think to our generation, that's helped cause a divide to make us mad, because you don't want somebody saying Old Town Road got more downloads than whatever Nas just put out. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, we mad. You know what I'm saying? Now they age group feel like they got to defend who's ever relevant to them, but we not arguing about who's a better rapper. Right. We end up having these weird arguments that don't make no sense at all. You know what I'm saying? So to me, if Trippie Redd decided to sing on a whole album, you know what I'm saying? Why are you comparing that to Benny the Butcher? That makes no sense at all. So I feel like for some of these arguments, we've sat up here and we've been tricked, you know what I'm saying, to go at our own culture when we need to be just celebrating black excellence. Because what's going on is, if they said that Playboy Cardi's last album was classified as an alternative album and he broke a bunch of records, you're not going to hear us sitting here arguing about why you like Playboy Cardi. But when Complex drops a top 10 most relevant rappers of the last 5 years, and they put him at number 1, and we don't see nobody that we've respected for 20 years on the list, no matter how relevant we think they are, that causes the argument right there.
Yeah, see, what it is hip-hop has the most, and rap has the most subgenres. Right. So than any other, genre of music. So it's like, you got emo rap, you got gangster rap, you got northern East Coast rap, you got backpack rap, you got southern rap, you got West Coast rap, you got lifestyle rap. It's so much. So, it's all classified as whatever hits the charts, and if you black, rap, no matter what. So that's the bad part of it. It's cool that rap, is that broad, but when it comes to classifying it and us having to argue about it, that's where it becomes a problem.
And you know what the other problem is?
What's that?
Black people love, and when I say black people, I mean African descendant American people.
Pan-African poppy.
We love inviting somebody to the cookout, and we love somebody becoming a part of our culture and celebrating them because they know what's going on. But other cultures don't like to do that with us.
Let me play devil's advocate. So, did you have a problem when Macklemore won?
Yeah.
Rap awards?
Yeah, Kendrick should definitely won.
Okay.
Now, I like Macklemore. He's a good guy. He had a good heart, and he did the right thing.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't think he should have won over Kendrick. But did you have just a problem with him being titled a rapper? I didn't have a problem with Macklemore being titled a rapper.
Not Macklemore.
So we're cool with you coming to our cookout, and if you white and you rap and it sounds like rap, it is rap. Versus if you black and you doing a country song and it sounds like country, they like, nah, that's still not country. Because I saw the lady, you see what K. Michelle, like the interviewer, like kind of G-check K. Michelle, because she was like, yeah, you kind of.
Bro, I need some weed, bro. Fuck this nigga out. Some weed.
Country, and she's like, nah, I ain't new to country. I've been
real
on
shit,
this.
God.
I
need to smoke some shit.
I went to college on a yodeling scholarship. Like, I've been on country.
That's the problem. Just because you black don't mean you're an R&B artist or a rapper. You know You know what I'm saying? If Beyonce want to make a country album and it's actually a country album,
It's country.
why are you arguing that it's better than Money Long's album? If she breaks Shania Twain records, she broke Shania Twain's records.
Facts.
It's a fact.
That's it.
That's a
So
fact.
before we start getting crazy, because I know there's some arguments to be had here, I just want to say that because I feel like it's kind of divisive.
It is.
You know what I'm saying?
It is. Because
But-
that's like us saying Eminem isn't rap.
That don't make no
That's
sense.
not. That's not.
But
That's not valid.
other genres don't.
Stop.
Other
Relax.
You're not
genres.
disrespecting no
Wolf
Eminem.
been unrelaxed.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's bugging.
Other genres, they don't look at.
Yo,
they
shout out to the
genre
6
as a
people in
sport,
here.
though. Rap is the only genre that looks at it as a sport. Like
It's a
you
fact.
can't battle in R&B. Like I'm really tapped in like with like battle rap and stuff like that. That I look at that as like, and I'm a big battle rap fan, like huge battle rap fan.
Right.
But like people look at battle rap as like the Harlem Globetrotters to the NBA.
Facts.
And I hate saying that because I love battle rap so much, but it's almost like that's the competitiveness. That's like the UFC to the boxing. And they look at it as like a sport.
Yeah. I would go. I wouldn't say Globetrotters because Globetrotters fake. I would say
Watch your
because I
mouth.
know the battle rap they gonna get on here. And they
Respect
gonna-
your mouth,
And
son. Watch your mouth.
I'm the biggest battle rap.
No,
fan.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
The reason why I'm here is
It's because of battle rap. I know we talked about your love for Sue Surf. So yeah, shout out to Surf.
Free the wave.
Free the wave.
Yeah, for sure. I would say it's like kind of back in the day, not y'all's era, when
It's back
and one mixtape.
Yeah.
And one mixtape was like battle rap. It was like it was gritty. It was real.
You're gonna see some moves you don't
Like-
see.
And it was
Street ball.
entertaining.
Yeah.
It was entertaining, but it was what it was. And you
So
knew it
back-
had real.
Back then, back then, battle rap was wavy. Like that shit used to be like, yeah. Now, like you hear about it, but like you gotta be tapped in with this shit. Like it's not like as promoted as the other shits.
talent versus like the NBA is like a polished product and it's done kind of in an organized way. So I'm with that 1,000%. And hip hop is like the only, like you said, it's like you can only battle really in hip hop, and then hip hop is the only genre where you have to write your own music to get the respect for whatever it is you're saying.
Yeah.
So, question for y'all. First question of the day. So, when we walked around the campus, we went in there. We saw people saying that G Herbo was better than Jadakiss. Matter of fact, salute to Rain and
Yeah.
BC. They just came back from the BT Awards. G
I got Herb over
bumped
that
in the
nigga.
Rain.
Okay.
And he was like, yo,
That sounds like a
I
picture.
love the clip. Like I love the conversation. You know what I mean? So shout out to Herb. That's somebody that we want to get on the podcast soon.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? So the G Herbo's better than Jadakiss. We heard that Young Thug was more street than 50 Cent. Like, I want to ask y'all, what unpopular opinion do you think that, unpopular to us, do you think people in your age group have, and how do y'all feel about it, about hip hop?
Unpopular opinion.
Mhm.
I have one.
Okay.
I think that Chief Keef is a top 5 rapper of all time.
Jesus.
Back
Chief
him
Keef
up.
is top 5?
Oh,
Chief Keef is top
shit.
5 rapper of all time.
Now, are you talking about influence or are you talking about skills?
I'm talking about influence.
Okay.
I'm talking about influence. I'm
Yeah.
talking about there's a whole
He definitely
genre
started a new wave.
of rap that wouldn't exist without Chief Keef.
That Chicago
and
shit.
anybody in my age group then came up off of drill music, and there would be no
Bro, I was just listening to Earned It yesterday with Chief Keef. Like that song hard.
drill music if it wasn't for Chief Keef.
Okay.
So, I would say, as far as influence goes, like, when you're talking about bars, let me make a disclaimer. Bars,
Yeah. Alright. Alright. Yo, chat, I'm gonna be back.
Like when I'm talking about rap, I'm talking about everything. I'm not just talking about bars. If you're talking about just bars, people like Benny the Butcher and Westside Gunn would be in the top 20 all-time rapper. So if I'm not talking about just bars. I'm talking about everything. People say Playboi Carti, but they ignore like a person like Chief Keef, who really paved the way, who was really 16 paving the way for drill music. There would be no drill without Chief Keef. So he's automatically in my top 5. Another reason why people might say
That's
like a
valid.
person like Young Thug.
Bro, point to
is
be
more
valid,
street or
but
anything
sometimes
like
you
that.
just be,
Like
I don't know.
I go to Clark, Atlanta. So the school is in Atlanta, and on that strip called the Promenade, half the people on the Promenade don't even go to the school. They just be niggas from Atlanta. So they're gonna say
That's a
like
fact.
Young
That's a
Thug.
fact.
They used to call Young Thug like a hero. Like he used to roam the streets of Atlanta and literally like do what he had to do. So it's like people are gonna say he's more street than 50 Cent because nobody was that goes to the school was around when 50 Cent was really in the streets.
Word. So let me ask you this: you said your top 5 rappers, which basically you're not saying their rap skills. So basically you're saying the top 5 artists.
Yeah, it's
Basically,
total. Yeah, the total package. Because
Gotcha.
if you go top 5 rappers, like
that's different.
it's different. If you go, my thing is I go by definitions. So if you say like a top 5 greatest list, I gotta put my personal opinions to the side.
Okay, but you said Chief Keef is the top 5 artist.
Yeah,
basically,
top 5
of all time.
artists of all time.
Who are your top 5 all-time artists?
All right, off the top of my head,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go. This is
This
There's no
influence,
order.
right? This
This
influence.
is everything,
influence on
everything.
the whole package.
Oh, shit.
From their music to their sales to their influence, everything. It's a
there's no
artist.
order. No
Artist.
order. Drake is in there. Drake is definitely in there.
Okay.
Can we get order? Can you know about order though, like structure?
If I would do order, then I'll still put Drake number 1.
Drake one.
Drake number 1.
Number 2,
That shit crazy. Wait.
I'm gonna put.
What?
I'll give Jay-Z number 2. I'll do Jay-Z number 2.
Wow.
Number 3, I'm gonna say it. 50 Cent number 3.
Jesus.
Over
Total
Ye?
package. I'm talking about total
You
package.
think 50 is a
Inf-
top 3 rapper of all time?
influence-
He's saying everything.
Influence everything.
Wow,
We not
bro.
talking about just.
I got you.
If I did a greatest list, I'll get to the greatest list. But I go Drake, Jay-Z, 50 Cent, Kanye West is in there.
Yes, Ye.
And Chief.
Wait, E, okay. E, you got me scared, bro. I ain't gonna lie, you got me scared, my nigga. I didn't think you was gonna say Ye. Hold up.
But I go Drake, Jay-Z, 50 Cent, Kanye West is in there, and Chief Keef's in there.
Oh my God.
If
my
we're
God.
talking about
Oh,
if we're talking about influence and actually I take that back. I take Kanye West out and I'll put Tupac in there. If we're talking
Oh
about
my
say it again.
god.
Say it again.
No. No, he just didn't.
From 1 to 5, I'll go Drake,
Okay.
Jay-Z, 50 Cent, Tupac, and Chief Keef. That would be my top 5. And my personal top 5.
Okay, personal.
That's your personal 5.
Personal.
Okay.
If you want me to make
Fair.
a greatest list, like I could do that boring ass list and do fucking Jay-Z, Biggie Smalls, Tupac, Eminem, Nas. Woo! Like those are the greatest people that know how to put words together. But if we're talking about influence impacting the people, like who had more impact on the people
So-
than anybody, like
Okay.
people were wearing bulletproof vests and didn't have no ops. Like 50 Cent
Right.
was literally influential to everybody.
Okay, so let me say this. Okay, so it's 2 people that I would say that you probably should know about. You took Kanye out for Chief Keef when Chief Keef was low-key put onto the masses by Kanye. Yes.
Don't like remix.
Don't like remix.
Yes.
Don't like remix.
Yes.
I
Yes.
didn't get put on.
I said to the masses.
Masses.
To the masses.
The masses.
You
Yes.
talking about the
But
little
the
white
masses-
girls in Sweden?
But the masses ain't pushed Chief Keef. The hood pushed Chief Keef. It was not the masses.
No, but Kanye brought the light to who is this guy. Like Kanye does that. Kanye. There. First of all, Drake ain't Drake without Kanye.
I'm gonna tell you what people think, right? When it comes to people like Chief Keef, who we was doing unreleased, I had to unrelease Chief Keef on my Samsung 3 back in 6th grade. Chief Keef, all Kanye did was put
The light on him.
the light on to the older crowd. Like the people knew that whole Love Sosa Finally Rich. What? That was like platinum in the streets before
Word of
people
bro.
even listen to Don't Like.
Right.
When people say the best Chief Keef songs, they might bring up Don't Like, but Don't Like ain't the one.
But guess
So
what, though?
yeah.
What I'm saying is Chief Keef would still be trying to find his way into whatever he is going to turn into, but he wouldn't turn into what Kanye West helped him turn into. The same way.
I don't know.
No.
I can't.
No.
That's not fully
No.
true.
I'm not
That's
gonna
true.
say that with
That's
Chief
not
Keef.
100% true. I
It
feel
It
you.
is true.
I'm not gonna say Kanye.
Listen, there is no. That's like saying 50 Cent, just because 50 Cent was fantastic and he was the hottest thing, we know this, but he wasn't going to turn into what he turned into without Dr. Dre and Eminem.
It's the
You
difference,
can forget
though.
about it.
It's the difference.
True.
And 50 Cent is
You always
fantastic.
need that one nigga to help you
We
out,
grew
bro.
up with the
In the industry.
No, the internet.
But that's
no, listen
industry
what I'm saying.
shit.
No, but
No.
listen.
Hold on, I'm gonna take.
Bro, this is all industry shit though. Like you gotta have that. Like you gotta have that with this rap shit, bro. If you really like that, bro, you gotta be him. Like, and you gotta surround your people that's gonna fuck with you, like for being him. Like, you gotta be him around them all same niggas too.
You might have grew up with the internet, but guess what? 50 Cent kind of redefined what a mixtape was.
Nah, we know that. I'm not
I'ma
shooting at
tell you-
50.
I'ma tell
I
you
know
the
50 is
I can
great.
tell you the
But you don't
difference.
understand the power of the young,
internet-
our generation in the internet.
No, what I'm saying is, listen, y'all might like something, and that's cool, but y'all don't have the power. It's like if
No,
all
you saying no, you can't
listen
say
what I'm
that.
saying. It's like if all black people vote, Obama still don't get in. You need white people to vote for him. Hold on, let me
Okay,
land.
go ahead.
You need white people. We needed white people to vote for Obama for him to get in. So what I'm saying is, black people can love Obama all you want, but he's not getting in without white people. Young people, YNs can love Chief Keef all you want. He's not getting to that level and living out in California. Y'all ain't never seen him again without Kanye West.
Okay,
so
can I
that's what I'm
ask you
saying.
something?
Go ahead,
Let
BJ.
me
I want to
ask
hear
you
what you
two
got to
things.
say. Okay.
How you know to be a young boy?
I know NBA young boy because of the internet a little bit.
No,
but
no, not a little bit.
No,
I don't say a
no.
lot of bit.
No, I know him because of his music, of what he has put on YouTube and all, and I hear like, yo, he's breaking all these records. He's doing this, he's doing that. Yeah, he was doing that.
50
But
Cent.
that ain't. You see what I'm saying?
What?
That's why I agree with you.
And guess
but
what?
I don't fully agree with
And
you.
guess what?
because of the internet.
NBA YoungBoy is not as big as a Drake, even though he got bigger numbers. You know why? Because you need.
That's why I say I agree
You
with you.
need
but not
a
fully, though.
cosign. You have to
I agree
have
with you, but
a
not
fully.
mainstream.
But people are forgetting that, like, Lil Wayne, they say, everybody always says Lil Wayne put on Drake. Dr. J and Eminem put on 50 Cent.
Correct.
Jay-Z put on Kanye West.
Correct.
Know what they all have in common? They were all signed to them. That's their job. Their job is to push them and put them on. But Kanye West
say
was
the start,
not signed
the
to
ground
Chief
running,
Keef.
yeah.
Kanye West
It's the
needed
internet,
Chief
bro.
Keef
The internet,
at
bro.
that point.
Nah, I
one
ain't
time
gonna say
to
that.
get him back lit.
See, that's
Good
what, I be
music,
with you.
good
I be with you, and then,
music.
and then
Hold
I
on,
don't be with you.
good
I be
music
with you, and then I don't be with you. Like you
Hold
be
on.
reaching,
So-
bro. You
so
reaching,
good
bro.
music needed Chief Keef.
He
when I
do
say
be
that,
reaching
I mean
sometimes.
this. Kanye has good music. To be a good label, you need a piece of everything. Jay-Z, oh, I need the streets. Let me go get Beanie Siegel.
Nah.
I need this.
Jay-Z
Let me go
already
get.
had the streets.
I'ma
See,
say
I be
this.
with you. Then
I'm-
you
Kanye,
reaching.
when Kanye
Listen.
West got on Chief Keef's song, he was not doing
About
him
to
a
kill him,
favor.
Wolf.
He was not doing him a favor.
I'm with you.
I'm gonna
Jay,
tell you.
Baby
I'm gonna
Luke,
tell you.
I'll
I'm
be
gonna tell
real-
you.
I'll be
I'm
real
gonna
with
tell
you,
you
bro.
why you're wrong, and I'm gonna tell you why you're wrong. Because the same influence that you give Drake that be number on this list, Migos were not signed to Drake. Lil Baby ain't signed to Drake.
Right.
All these people that Drake has influenced and has brought them to light, it's his influence and how it shows you how bright his light is. That's the same thing Kanye West did when we got to know a designer, or to get a second look at Common, or to look at Chief Keef, or to help 2 Chainz in his career. That's what it is. So you don't have to be signed to somebody just to have the master of influence on them, because that's what Drake did.
You're talking facts, but
Facts.
word the Migos before Drake got on Versace? No, Chief Keef. I'm telling you, cause I was there. Chief Keef, Love Sosa, that Chief Keef Finally Rich. That he was already Chief Keef
So,
before
what I think-
Kanye got on that.
So I think you're right. I partly agree with you. I think you're downplaying what the kids do for the artists because you don't even know these people until that push up under. Like if we don't,
I'm
y'all
not,
don't.
I'm
like,
not
you know what I
saying
mean?
Chief ain't what
That's
y'all
what I'm
saying.
saying. I agree
I'm not
with
saying
you.
what I'm not
Yeah.
saying he's not what y'all saying
Well,
he
not
is.
fully,
but
but-
I'm telling you, he's not where he is now. Doesn't happen without Kanye.
And that's what
50
you're
Cent was the biggest thing on the streets
But-
in our era.
Well,
But guess
yeah.
what? He's not selling 1 million records in the first
Whereas,
week.
yeah, without
No matter
Drake.
how much we
Yeah,
like
without
him,
Drake, he's not
without
doing
Eminem
But what
and
I'm
Dr.
saying,
Dre.
but what I'm saying is though, like it's a stage before that. Like you, it's a stage before that with our generation that I don't think.
What?
That's
Explain it.
Chief Keef was
Like
already
we have.
selling
That's what I keep
millions.
telling you. Like we are that internet streaming generation. Like that plays.
But you're
a part
saying the
of it.
same thing I'm saying.
No, I agree with you.
We
but,
had
but
50
but when you
Cent.
saying it, it's like you saying it clean cut. Like Chief Keef ain't shit without Kanye.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
That's
Nah,
not
I understand
what
what
I'm saying.
OG saying.
I got a question.
That's not what I'm
I got a
saying.
question for you.
Yeah.
How did Soulja Boy get hot with no major cosigns?
And he did have a major
What,
cosign.
MySpace?
No.
Tom?
Hold on.
YouTube.
No.
I'm telling you, like,
what
the internet
what he
crazy.
did is he made his buzz through MySpace, yes. But his major cosign was Mr. College Park. That's who signed him.
Yeah,
and that's
I
and
forgot.
that's who took him through the
signed.
roof.
He
Yes.
was signed by
Yeah.
College
So
Park.
he did his work.
He was in Alabama. He started looking like
He wasn't in
Atlanta.
Alabama, he was in Mississippi.
Wait, my fault, Mississippi.
Yeah,
and then,
he was in the SIP.
but then once College Park got him, he threw that Atlanta on him.
Who say Big Soldier can't come to the hood?
No, yeah, so
Soulja Boy low key top 10, bro.
Now you talk about some influence. I was
Soulja Boy low key.
I was
low key top 10. I'm really
Yeah,
Soulja Boy
influence,
low key
yeah.
top 10.
Word up,
I-
bro.
I-
Low
him,
key top
I get
10.
it.
Influence. Know what?
How is Lil Wayne not on your list? Was the other person I was gonna ask.
Right, Little
How is Lil
Wayne,
Wayne you talking
bro.
about influence
But it's
and
too many
artistry
people
and
for the
music and-
influence,
Come
bro.
on.
It's only 5 spots.
Yeah,
So I
but-
said Drake.
No, you
I
guys.
said Drake's irreplaceable.
Okay.
because nobody's doing the singing and rap thing like Drake.
no Little Wayne, no Drake ain't even.
You're right. So you have to
He
have
gonna
Wayne.
land somewhere, but it ain't gonna
Little-
land the same.
there's Drake is better than Little Wayne. I'm not gonna.
At what? At what?
Drake is better than Little
At
Wayne.
what though? At what part of?
Listen,
making
don't let the
music?
Carter
making
6
music.
make you say that.
Drake is better.
So Drake is a better lyricist than Wayne. Drake is a better lyricist than Wayne.
lyricist.
Ye-
Keep talking.
No, I'm just asking.
Yes.
That's every part of
just
music.
putting
That's
words
every
I
part.
say-
No, he's not better at putting words together than Little
That's
Wayne.
Yeah,
not
putting
just
words
putting
together,
words
but
I
his
got a
meaning,
homeboy from the hood that's
his
a better rapper
bro,
than
Drake's
Drake.
like
It's strictly rapping.
No, you
Yeah.
don't, because
Yes,
we
I
would know
do.
him.
I'm
We
saying
would know
it's
him.
a- it's a-
Drake's songs be meaningful, bro. That's why like Lil Wayne put words better together because like it sounds cooler and shit. But bro, Drake like his shit's mean more. Like he got the bitches involved, he got the women involved. Like word of bro, he got the niggas involved in their feelings too. Like he speaks to everybody.
No, okay,
Okay,
no,
yes,
no,
it's a lot of rappers. That's better than him at
There's
rapping.
a lot of rappers
Yeah.
better than Drake at rapping.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of niggas that know how to put a song
Maybe
together
y'all
like
take
Drake.
it.
No,
take
I
it.
agree.
That's what I was just saying.
When I
E.
hear rapping, I'm thinking.
Oh
I
my
know a
god,
person
bro,
back
you need to
home,
be together.
Mike
That's what you
Flows
just-
that
you
can
know,
rap
Like,
better.
bro,
than
I gotta
Drake
be on
is
this shit
strictly
with this
just
nigga.
Hold on.
lyrics and
Shout
rap
him out, cause I
Like-
want people to see this and then go to
Bro, I gotta be on this shit, bro, with this nigga.
Instagram and then
Yes.
jump back in
Mike-
the comments and
What's
say,
his name?
Mike Flows, Bloomfield, Connecticut. I know him. That's my
give us
brother.
his at. What is his at?
At Mike Flows or at Flows the Don. Just be
At
Don?
Flows the Don.
at Flows the Don.
Okay.
THE or DA?
D-O-N, Don. At Flows the Don.
Okay.
Okay.
But
This sound crazy.
Mike Flows, I say it, lyrically, raps better than Drake.
Yeah, and I know niggas in the hood better than Jordan.
Niggas, there probably is niggas in the hood better than Jordan that didn't get the
Okay,
opportunity.
man, where the fuck they are?
That's facts.
Careful.
There
See,
probably-
you see what I mean? That's why you just can't be
There's
saying what you
niggas-
saying.
Hold
right
on.
now.
First of all,
It's
Drake
crazy.
ain't even writing them raps, so
That's
I'm
what-
sure
yeah,
there
that's
is
why
a
I'm
guy named
confused.
Mike Flows that's better than him. Michael Jordan, don't do that.
Drake does right.
I'm just saying, like,
Yo,
And Drake has been proven to not write his raps too.
Drake hasn't been proven.
Yes,
not
he
to write
has.
raps.
Yes, he has.
Two things.
Montage Rory wrote it.
Drake hasn't been proven to write his raps. Ain't true. Just because you hear
Quentin
somebody-
Miller wrote.
Well, how do you explain Quentin Miller's
Yeah,
reference
Quentin
track?
Miller wrote that.
a reference track is different from saying, "Yo, let's discredit a whole nigga's career."
No, that's not. I'm not saying the whole career. I'm saying once you, it's like this. Once you do one thing one time that's wrong, that's just what it is. It's on.
It
It's
ain't
not,
wrong though.
Yes, we just
Ghostwriting ain't wrong.
we just said that hip hop is the only genre of music where if you're not writing what you're saying, that respect comes off of you.
So wait, do you respect Snoop Dogg and Drake?
No, Snoop Dogg never made our list. Neither did Drake. You know why? Because they saying what we have.
But we did a top 50 MCs.
MC.
Snoop made
We
that
didn't
list.
call it top
All
50
of us
rappers
made the
on purpose.
So you know that song J wrote for Snoop and Drake?
Yeah,
So,
and that's why Snoop ain't make the list.
Okay, cool.
So Snoop Dogg ain't make your list
MC list.
because
MC.
you're saying because he didn't write a song.
MC.
Yes.
So now they saying skill of
Yes.
rap. Now they
No,
talking about
not
the
just
skill of
one
rap.
song. He
There's
has
a
a
couple
lot.
songs.
But
he
it's
has a lot.
okay if somebody gives you lines though, because Jay-Z done admitted to people giving him lines. So it's okay.
When is that?
He done admitted and said, "I done got lines. I done got ideas.
When?
Trade ideas.
When?
That's rap."
When did he ever say
That
that?
is rap.
Pull it up. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm asking you to help me pull it up.
Bro, that's rap though. Like, what's all this stealing ideas shit? Like, bro, rap is taking niggas' ideas and like putting them into your own little style though. Like, bro, like, niggas be all on this like.
Who gave him a line? When did he ever say that?
Now I will say Jay-Z has took lines from other
You have
from
took-
Big,
When?
from Big.
What did he say?
Listen, we're not finna play with Jigga Man like this, okay?
No, Jay, my favorite
Sean
rapper.
Carter is
Jay, my
y'all.
favorite
You know what?
rapper.
Your generation and the internet been playing with Jigga Man a little too much,
Yes.
and I don't like
You know
that.
Jay got big
I
lines.
don't like
You know
that. No, Jay Z is
Got big lines. You know that.
no Jay Z is fire.
No, he's my favorite rapper.
So you should never be saying what you're saying.
But no, Jay got big lines. You know that.
What you mean saying big lines?
Biggie lines.
Biggie lines.
Yeah, he's
You know that. That's it. That's all I'm
he's
saying.
saying what he said. He's not in there. Biggie, give me the line, and I'm gonna say it and act like it's
No,
mine.
no, he ain't
no,
saying
no,
that.
no.
That's not what I'm saying.
I say a big verse. I'm only bigging up my brother. I'm big enough to do it. I'm that
Yeah,
thorough.
nah,
Plus, I know my
my
own
favorite
flow
rapper,
is
yeah,
foolish. So the things.
Yeah.
Come on, that's Jigga Man.
Yeah, nah, I know.
So what I'm saying is, but when you go in there and you poke your chest out and you say, I'm saying this, I wrote this, and I'm the greatest and all this, and you wrote my first verse, and you wrote my second
nah,
verse.
Jay ain't doing that.
Don't be
Jay-
in here.
Jay ain't doing
Don't
that.
be in here and be like, oh,
And then you emailed me how to flow it.
Drake
Come on,
Because I didn't
Drake
flow it right.
Drake is better than Jay-Z, bro.
At what?
At what?
I'm not gonna lie. Drake is a better rapper than Jay-Z.
Are you crazy?
Hold on.
I got Drake
At
over
the
Jay-Z.
art of just rapping.
Yo, nah.
Forget.
got another one.
No, listen, right?
Another
Eli, right?
Like,
Just
What the comments
as a
saying?
rapper, like at like your flow, your lyrics, rhyming in the pocket, choosing your beats. You're saying that Drake is better than Jay-Z at the quintessential.
What hit me with an eye?
quintessential things that make you a
Dipset's
good rapper.
better than
I'm not talking about
Outkast.
overall artists.
if you're talking about just rapping bars, me personally, I think Sue Surf is better than Jay-Z.
Oh my
Saying
God.
shit like that.
All right.
All
Yeah.
right.
If
So,
you're talking about
that's
just,
all right.
if you're talking about just, if you're talking about just, I keep saying this over and over. Let me put a disclaimer for the rest of like anytime I'm up.
Yeah, I couldn't take any more of that whine after he said, "Watch the Throne" was better than Drake Funk Flexi. You gotta show quick, boy. The kid in the black hat is a goat. I swear. Word of bro, he a goat.
When I talk about rappers, I'm not just talking about rhyming. There's a
You're
lot of
saying
niggas that know how
artists.
to rhyme.
So you-
I'm talking about artists.
So you mean art? So
He needs to
you don't
just use
mean
the
he's a
word
better
artist.
rapper. You mean he's a
He's
better
an
artist.
artist.
He's a better art. He's the best artist of all time.
No, he's not.
Who's a better artist?
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson. I was gonna tell you.
Stop.
Nah, Michael Jackson.
Diamond Records with no
Michael
internet.
Jackson
Diamond Records with no streaming. That's crazy, nigga.
Michael Jackson not better than Chris Brown. I'm still on this right now. Michael Jackson's not better than Chris Brown. Michael Jackson's not better than Chris
What
Brown.
school you go to?
Chris Brown does everything. Chris Brown does everything better than Michael Jackson.
Nigga, it
Raised
wouldn't be no
rating,
Chris
bro.
without Jack.
That don't matter.
Yes,
It
it
don't
do.
matter.
Stop saying
It
that.
don't matter.
Yes, it do, man.
It don't matter.
Yes, it does.
What?
You don't know where you're going if you don't know where you came
It
from.
don't matter.
Like, we know
My
that.
pops
Stop
made me,
saying
but if I'm better than him at ball, I'm better than him at ball.
You
Nigga,
not.
Chris Brown is better dancer than Michael Jackson.
This nigga got Diamond Records
Better
with
than
no
that.
streaming.
Here.
How?
Diamond don't mean Diamond selling records.
Diamond don't mean nothing?
Selling records just means you sold. That don't mean.
Wait,
Wait. What?
All right, so let's do this, right? You're
Yeah.
saying selling records means you're better
That's
than
not the
somebody?
end all be all. No.
Does
But that
selling
plays a
records
part.
mean you're better than somebody?
That plays a part. It's not the
Chris
end all be
Brown
all.
has diamond. Chris Brown has platinum.
Yo, you know what? I'm gonna tell you.
This is.
I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not mad at you. So my brother
I have a diamond
is
record.
way older than me,
I
right?
don't even think that's true.
Now, my brother
I'm sick of
actually
these
agrees
lies.
with what you just said.
All right.
And he's been around. He's been outside.
Shell does say that.
Yes. Shout out Shao, but you was tripping when you said that. But what I will give you is this: Chris Brown is very talented, and I believe Chris
Fire.
Brown should be in a
He's the
conversation.
most talented
But I'm
guy
gonna tell you what
like
Chris
that.
Brown is, right?
Yep.
Chris Brown is hot songs. He's relevant songs, but he's not timeless ballads.
He's not timeless.
If you're in the market
Michael
for a
Jackson
unique
is
flavor,
forever,
grab Morenos
bro.
Fight That Was Fiestas.
Niggas still
Inspired by a
bumping to this
flavorful
day.
Mexican
Like,
classic that is perfect for any fiesta. Available in 4 over
50 years from now, you're not gonna play Chris Brown at a graduation.
Yeah, we
Because
might play Chris
he's
Brown.
not dead
We
yet.
might be.
Because he's not dead yet.
At a graduation. I didn't say at a party. I said a
Still playing
graduation.
this Christmas and shit like
Big-
that.
Passing.
What? Hold on.
They might-
So
they
let's
might-
take.
Yeah, he
So
got
let's take
crazy.
like.
Michael Jackson got
So let's take like Human Nature, right?
something we never even heard
MJ.
of. 50 million.
MJ, right? So let's take like Human
Yeah.
Nature, right? Or let's say like Black or White.
Right.
Chris Brown doesn't produce songs like that. He produces feel good, in the moment, and radio hit songs.
Okay, can I say something? Chris Brown has gotten blackballed. That's
Yes.
one.
Yes.
So if he wasn't blackballed, he would be the biggest nigga ever. But he's gotten blackballed. That's one. Chris Brown sings better than Michael Jackson.
Careful.
He dances better than Michael Jackson.
Sing better than who?
He sings better than Michael Jackson.
Man, stop.
No, he don't
Sings better
sing.
than Michael
Greatest
Jackson.
vocalist of
Listen,
all time,
He
bro.
dances better than Michael Jackson.
You do know Chris
He
Brown.
raps better than Michael
You
Jackson.
do know Chris Brown.
He sings, dances,
You do
raps,
know-
No,
acts,
he don't.
does everything better than Michael Jackson.
Acts.
No, he don't.
Acts. Hold on, see, no, you talk about something that got nothing to do with the
You
music.
talking about Taker?
Chris Brown is just a better nigga than
He
Michael
said
Jackson.
take it.
Nah, this nigga is
He said
crazy,
he's not
bro.
far
What
more
the
better than
fuck?
Michael
I'm
Jackson.
talking about Stop the Yard.
Listen,
I'm talking about this Christmas. Chris Brown does
It was fire.
everything better than Michael
I can tell
Jackson.
you something.
Chris Brown was fired
I can
this
tell you
Christmas, by the way.
If anybody in this generation were to bleach their skin and go completely try to
Careful.
I'm just saying,
I'm
like,
sick.
if somebody
You
were
know
to try
what?
to do that in this generation, they would get fried, bro. Like,
Hold
you're not
on.
gonna-
What do you mean?
They would get killed for that. They would get killed for that. If you try to do
If
that
somebody
this,
tried
this
to-
time of
If somebody tried to bleach their skin, they would get killed for that?
Hold
they would
on.
get killed for that, bro. Mike is the only nigga in the
Hold
with that.
on.
Like, he's
Alright,
that
so did Vybz
swaggy, like,
Kartel,
niggas.
but-
Nah, it's not.
What you
bro.
mean?
Nah, Mike. I'm saying Mike is one of them niggas. Let that shit go.
Mike-
So-
Mike did that shit. Nobody
So
give
let me
a
ask you.
fuck.
So let me ask you. Let's take it back.
Nobody cares.
Hold on.
That nigga so great. Nobody cares.
Nobody give a
Nobody
fuck.
gave a fuck.
Let me ask you a question.
Hold on. I will say, let me
Let little
tell
baby
you
try that
this.
shit. Yeah,
I
niggas
was gonna
around.
ask
Let me tell you this real quick. Due
When I should do that shit.
to us getting demonetized forever, be careful around this conversation.
No, I got a question.
I just give that warning.
If you-
Please censor yourself if you need to.
I'm not saying that crazy. I'm just asking you a question. You saying Michael Jackson low key looked crazy because he bleached his
No, I'm
skin
not.
because he had vitiligo
No,
and
that's
he
not-
wanted
that's
his
not what I'm saying.
skin
That's what
to be even.
That's not what I'm
What you
saying.
saying? What you saying?
I'm saying he's so great that whatever the cause of that is, we still let it rock. Don't care. He's that
Bruh.
great. He's
Bruh.
that great. Nobody.
Oh, you
like
not
his-
clowning it?
I'm not clowning him. I'm saying he's that great. Like look what he.
He's
Yeah.
on.
Look what happened. Just look what happened. Look
The
at all-
last,
I'm saying, look, no,
the
no,
last,
let
the
me
last
let me
MJ is not finna let you clown Michael Jackson
I'm not clowning him.
or Michael Jordan
clowning him, bro.
ever.
Now, listen to what I'm saying. What I'm saying is,
Michael
so
Jackson
great
with
that
the
we let a
brown
lot of
skin was
shit slide.
smooth
listen to the
and
fact,
white.
bro.
But
Think
white
about
was
the rumor.
scary.
If any R&B or pop singers, I was the Neverland stuff. If that was happening in 2025,
What
you know
you
what time
mean?
it is. You know what time for any other artist.
Listen, y'all let Drake
John
slide.
don't-
Hold on. You let Drake slide with the same thing. You let Drake slide with
No, he didn't.
Hold
No,
on.
no,
Hold
he
on.
did not let
Hold
Drake
on.
slide with the
Man,
same
you never had no Neverland rumor.
Hold on.
Like,
Let me land. Can I land? I'll let y'all land. Can I land? I'm saying
that great. That's all I'm saying, bro.
Okay, well then Drake's so great, y'all let him slide with the same thing.
What?
So
What is that same thing?
It's so Drake. You heard not like us. You let so Drake.
Michael Jackson.
Hold on. What did you just say?
You think the not like us, right, is equivalent to whatever the Neverland stuff was going on?
No, I'm saying y'all let stuff slide. You let stuff slide. Men going around getting abs put in their stomach. That's the same thing as Michael Jackson dyeing his skin.
Wait.
Michael Jackson would have run back in. Hold on. If I walked out of the room and then I walked back and I came back in here like, yeah, I got a 6-pack now after I ate, y'all would be like,
You're not
slick.
That's normal.
You're not slick.
That's normal.
You're not. You see what MJ did? He's not slick.
Are you equating race to lipo?
No, what I'm saying is he did something that was out of the norm, and his greatness, we let him slide. And I'm saying, y'all let Drake do the same thing. You're sitting up here defending a rapper that ain't writing his own raps, and he's so great, we're gonna let him slide. You letting him get away with murder.
Michael Jackson had a kid's amusement park in his backyard.
Yeah, the Neverland stuff.
And when he died, there was pictures of kids in his room that weren't his.
Okay, and guess what? The feds did an investigation on Michael Jackson, and they said that Michael Jackson had nothing wrong going on with him.
Let me look. Can I go off that?
Nothing.
In 2025, if that was even a rumor to any artist, you're done.
Drake
You're
would be
canceled.
So Drake would be done by the same token.
He
correct?
never had a rumor dealing with kids.
He does have a rumor dealing with kids. Where you been for the last year?
People last year were saying
What
Drake
kids
was
are you talking about?
When he DMing.
Careful.
Yeah, come on, careful. You act like you ain't. So you weren't keeping up with the beef. You think Kendrick?
Okay. You watch Stranger Things.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
You know where I'm going with this, right?
The girl from Stranger Things
okay.
said that had nothing, like that was nothing out of the ordinary. Like that was nothing. Like he was not
I got
trying
a
to
question
go
for
in.
you, young Eli. What if her family said, go up on that news and
Come on.
and tell them people what they need to hear?
Come on. And the world's gonna believe that, and that's what the same thing
I'm not
they did to
saying
Mike.
this
I'm just saying
happened.
it would
I'm
be the
just saying
same thing.
what
He
if.
would get the same treatment.
All I'm saying is this: Michael Jackson this, Michael Jackson that. Chris Brown is better than that nigga.
That is false.
I am saying you cannot tell me that Thriller dance moves is anything compared to Chris Brown, what he's done and what he's doing right now to this day.
The man just said.
Question for you. I'm gonna bring it to basketball real quick, right?
Yeah.
Right. So check this out, right? Check this out, right? Would you say that Paul George,
He's finna piss me off.
right? Would you say that Paul George, would you rank him above, let's say, Isaiah Thomas all time?
I can't swear at him, man. Probably not. This is sick. That was
I
two
got
clicks.
Paul George over Isaiah Thomas.
No, not greater than Isaiah Thomas.
No. But I'm saying, but Paul George
Young
has a
Isaiah
greater
Thomas.
skill
I mean,
set than Isaiah Thomas.
older Isaiah
He
Thomas.
can do more.
Hell yeah,
Because
I
he
got
sat
Isaiah
here and
Thomas.
he watched
Correct.
everyone to come before him.
Thank you,
He
correct.
absorbed it. So when you watch him on the court,
Thank
you could say Paul George is better.
Right.
But you're gonna say Isaiah Thomas is better because he won rings and he
Thank you.
been through wars, right?
You about to crack your
So,
muffin.
no.
I'm following you. Go ahead.
Right. So what I'm saying is, when Michael Jackson came out, people couldn't even fathom what he was doing when they looked at it, right? Chris Brown benefited from Michael Jackson
Correct.
being Michael Jackson before him. He sat back, he studied it, and that's not to say somebody after you can't be better. But once again, with Chris Brown, you know what I'm saying? He doesn't have as many timeless records as Michael Jackson. And he's not really
He's benefiting.
see, Michael Jackson will have a pop hit, then he'll have a ballad. When you could do a We Are the World, you know what I'm saying?
Chris Brown got remixed Michael Jackson records too. I just want to let you know that.
So
PYT.
I'm trying to figure out where does that.
I love
Chris-
it.
Do you need to write your raps?
So first, because I got a whole spill. So
Yeah, I got a question. I want these two to answer this question, and I want y'all to go off on this. Work in tandem, gentlemen. Like, do someone penning their own raps? Now we're gonna talk about what rap has turned into. You know what I'm saying? Does it matter to be a lyricist anymore? To y'all age group, whether it matters to y'all or not, I want to also hear about your experience, like with your friends who who you talk and argue about this stuff with, like, does it matter if you write your own lyrics anymore, and it doesn't impact how y'all feel about what you're listening to?
First, because I got a whole spill. So
me, I feel like listening to music. If you're listening to music, then it shouldn't matter who wrote it or who didn't write it. Like I feel like yeah, you get extra cool points if you wrote it. Congratulations, you wrote it. But it's about what I want to listen to. I'm gonna enjoy it regardless. So for example, right? If Benny the
real
Butcher
shit though.
pins a song, Saha the Prince pins a song,
Fire.
right? All fire rappers.
Yeah.
It don't sound the same unless it's coming from a beast like Kanye West, a beast like Drake. It don't sound the same. So it's like, what's the point of you being a nice nigga and I don't listen to you the same way I listen to these niggas? So it's like, yes, in battle rap, in a competitive sport, in a bloodshed sport, yes, it matters if you write your own raps.
You do know they don't be writing that either, right?
Yeah, okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Stop dropping from
I'm just telling you, they don't be writing that
You
either.
have insider information. You better relax.
They sometimes, they do have people write their raps in battle rap too, of course. But I'm saying I would respect it more if it's coming from you, right? Your own raps, because y'all are competing.
So why don't you have the same opinion on hip hop?
Because if I'm spending money on your music, it better be good. I don't care who's writing it. I just want to hear good music.
Okay.
Same way, if I go listen, so we go listen to a Chris Brown song or a Michael Jackson song who Michael Jackson had this whole shit
I
written for
understand
him.
that. That's valid.
And we listen to it and enjoy
Michael
it.
Jackson could write as well, though.
But it don't matter if all
Michael
his hits
Jackson
was
has
written by somebody else, though.
Not all of them.
Are you going to go
most of
on
them.
record and say all his hits was?
No, they were not all.
I'm not gonna go on record, but I'm
what-
saying
what-
majority of them,
what-
he was held a lot.
What I'm saying is that's
Same thing with Beyonce.
That's every genre of music except hip hop, and that's what I'm telling you is you need to keep that sanctity and that division between other genres. If not, you miss the essence of what hip hop is. Hip hop is about originality. It is about creativity. It is about bravado. It is about I'm better than you. That's just what hip hop is, and that's why it's the #1 genre in the world. But it turns into, well, you know, all of us wrote a great song, but Direct has got the most money, so I'm gonna sell the song to him, and then he goes out there and puffs his chest out and says he's the best rapper. Is he, or does he have the best bank account to pay for the song and to pay for the marketing?
But
He's
that's
not.
why hip hop will only go so far. Because if
It's
you're
#1.
if you're sitting here playing with these pride games where it's like, oh, if he's not writing it, then he's not gonna ever be nobody other.
Nah.
Nobody does that.
Nah.
If you make good music,
You're thinking
you
about
make
it
good
wrong.
music.
You're thinking about it wrong.
That's how I feel.
Because what people are gonna say is, I'm tired of these kids. He's wilding. So for someone his same age, I want to know what you have to say about that.
So it definitely matters if you pen your own music. Let's start there. This is, if we talking rap, specifically rap, this is an audacity sport. Let's get that out the way. They will clown you if you don't write your own hits, period. Like, I don't know if you seen the other day, Cam and Mace, they were talking about who stuff they penned the other day. Like, that matters, bro. Like, this is really a braggadocious sport, period. You can't change it. You can't revise it. This is how it started. This is how it's going to end. Penning your own stuff does matter. Now, depending on how great of an artist you are and how versatile you are, will that matter and change your trajectory of your career? Maybe, maybe not.
But okay.
But at the end of the day, you can't say it just doesn't matter.
But I'm saying with
it definitely is an asterisk. At the minimum, it's going to be an asterisk on you.
I'm
Like, yo, you remember that? Like, that's like, don't remember, like, yeah, like that's what happened. Like, even he just said, like, if his ring is too, like, if that little allegation he dropped with Drake, like, people might go
that album, I would have had to give it to him.
You know what I mean? Like,
but the question is, the question was,
caught red-handed.
They said, like,
gotta be nice
if you're saying, oh, I can see, this is another thing, right? Like, for example, with, like, regarding people that rap about, like, street raps and stuff like that.
Okay.
And if you're not from that cloth, you can't talk about it. Like Gunna. I can't listen to certain Gunna raps the same because, like, if you're a snitch, if you're labeled a snitch, I can't listen to you talking about gangster stuff.
So why do you want authenticity? You can't. Why do you want authenticity? Hold on. Why do you want authenticity about who he is off the music and that must line up. But then if he's writing something that he didn't even write, that doesn't have to line up.
Because if somebody's writing as me, as my life, if somebody's writing as me, as my life, that's different from me portraying somebody that I'm not.
It's the same exact thing.
No, it's not. Because if I write as you, right?
Yeah.
And I'm right, like for example, like Lil Yachty made a song for the City Girls.
Yes.
Are the City Girls faking when they say what they are and how they carry themselves? No,
Yes.
that's really them.
But you know what the
Yes.
difference is?
How they fake? That's really them.
They can't puff their chests out and say we're the best female MCs of all time.
Exactly.
When they got another female MC that actually writes her own
If you
rapper.
want to be looked at and respected as the best rapper, the best MC, which Drake actually does and he cares about,
Yeah.
you're disqualified from that. But if you're just like, I'm lit, I'm the best artist, who cares?
Yeah,
But
because I'm gonna give you the example of the person that does that and doesn't puff his chest
I
out
understand
on
that.
his pen. It's Kanye West. Kanye will tell you, Consequence wrote this, GLC wrote this, Saha wrote this, and he doesn't go out there and say, I'm the best rapper of all time. He'll tell you, I don't have the best raps. If he said this about Saha, he said, I can't rap better than him. He raps better than me, but he helps me. But as an artist, that's just what he is. So you can't poke your chest out and say that I'm the best rapper when you don't even write the raps.
So then again, does anybody know and can confirm that Quentin Miller
Yes.
wrote it?
It was an actual reference track with his.
You know, and that was before AI,
so,
right?
So a reference track though, all a reference track is me rapping how I think you should rap the song.
No.
Not the actual lyrics.
Hold on, but that's cheating too.
That's not cheat. How is that cheating?
Listen. If I say, yo, MJ, I wrote this song.
Okay.
My album's dropping next week. I gotta turn this in by tomorrow.
Okay.
And it just don't sound right over this beat.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you the lyrics.
Okay.
You don't have to DIY income investments. You can pursue monthly income with Bank.
Chop them up a little bit, take some words out, and rap it in a way that you think will go the best.
Yeah, you
You're
already
the best
did
person
70%
I
of the
know
work.
that making hits.
Okay.
You stay up all night revamping the song.
Yes.
You send it back to me. Now I wrote the original idea for it. You send it back to me, and I said, "Damn, I couldn't have did this without you, my boy."
Facts.
And then I rap it like that. That's valid.
So,
Nah, I wrote your raps.
I'm saying. So, if it was that hard and easy that Quentin Miller's doing all this hamster work and Drake is just coming in do and it's a hit, then why didn't Quentin Miller do it?
No, because Quentin Miller isn't the same overall artist that Drake is.
Yeah.
But Quentin Miller could have the illest pen for specifically making radio joints.
Writer.
There's people that have listed helpers on every song that you can name of. Lil Wayne has people that help him too. Everybody has people
No,
that help
they
him.
do not.
Yes, they do. If you go look at the credits
You
of
know
a
what
lot of
that
Lil
is?
Wayne songs, you can see.
Yeah, that's people who wrote the music. That's not who writes the raps. So if like when Kanye West wrote Gold Digger and you see Ray Charles on there, Ray Charles didn't write his raps, but he's mentioned in there because he's a writer on the original song.
He's
If they
on the
sample
song.
the music, whoever played the bass on that song will be sampled on that. Doesn't mean he wrote Kanye raps. So what I'm saying is just because you see names on there, it doesn't mean that they're the writers. It means they could have wrote the original song that he's rapping over.
Nah, because Ray Charles is actually on the song.
Nah, he's saying like
Ray
with the
Charles
Wayne-
is not on the song.
like
That's
with the
Jamie
Wayne thing,
Foxx.
he said like if you listen to a lot of
I'm
Wayne
saying,
discography,
Ray Charles is listed as a credit on what you call it?
You gotta
Because-
credit him when
because
he gonna
you
sue
got-
you.
Yeah, he
Because
didn't write what Kanye said.
I gotta fact check that. Ray Charles, if we put up
Yeah, you gotta
Gold
put
Digger, he's in the credits or
Yes.
Yeah,
The
Snake
reason why
gotta
he's
get
in the
paid.
credit
Somebody
for-
gotta get paid
The
for
reason why he's in the
something.
credit
Like,
for the
gotta be
writer.
they paid for the
The
sample.
reason why he's in the credit for in the credits for a writer is because he wrote "She Gives Me Money." They reinterpolated it, so you have to pay him. But that doesn't mean he wrote Kanye's raps.
I get that because Jamie Foxx is literally repeating the same thing that Ray Charles said. I get it.
That's why he's
Okay, I could get that part, but where do you see that for any? Like, if you pull up a lot of artists, you see a lot of people. If anybody gives somebody a little bit, a line, anything,
Give me a song.
Hold on. But
gonna
to his credit, there are sneaky ghostwriters in the industry.
I'm saying-
No, but
I'm
that's
saying-
not what he's saying. Give me any song.
any song by Lil Wayne,
Yeah.
Gotta be careful because Wayne is not really a hooks type of guy.
No, it doesn't matter. It don't have to be. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you.
You gotta be careful.
I'm gonna show you. Okay, a Millie. Okay, I'm gonna show you. No, it's definitely not a freestyle.
Go lollipop.
It's definitely not.
Go lollipop. We go lollipop.
I go a Millie. All right, so Lil Wayne, a Millie. Track listing, a Millie. So the writers on this is Carter, that's Lil Wayne, C. Hester, whoever that is, and Chandre, and Quentin Cook. So Chandre is Bangladesh. He made the beat. Quentin Cook is probably the original person of the sample that is saying that a Mill is like a Jamaican sample. Hester, I don't know who C. Hester is, but whoever C. Hester is might have something to do with some of this. It doesn't mean that he wrote Lil Wayne's raps. All these people are credited for contributions that they've made to the song. Doesn't mean that they wrote the raps.
So I'm saying, so even if a person gives somebody a line, that's like discredit them all the way. If somebody if you're rapping and somebody says, yo, I think that should go a certain way, because that's what music is. Music is collaboration. Like,
no.
if you want,
It's different when it's like a whole verse or something. Like, that's when it's like, all right, you're doing too much.
It is collaboration.
I know
Collab of
what you're trying to say,
ideas, my nigga.
I don't even want to say anything because you're going to get over.
That's what music is, a collab of ideas.
Some documentary I see, Kanye gave the shit to Jay-Z
No
for
matter,
Lucifer.
but bro,
And
it's how you articulate it.
Like,
It's how you articulate that
That's what
idea.
I'm saying, but that's what I'm trying to tell him. That's what I'm telling him.
No, the hook never counts.
It never counts. That's what I told you. Nah, it
It's
don't.
never the hook.
It's only the
Nigga,
bar.
nigga,
It's the
because-
bar.
if I give you something and it gotta be, see, it's so many.
He's a
rules.
producer.
But that's what we saying, like, because we saying we're the
He's a
greatest
producer.
rapper.
He's
like,
a rapper.
Jay-Z is
Like,
saying, I'm the greatest. He's not saying
yeah,
he's the greatest
yeah,
R&B of all time.
Yeah, we don't say, man, Jay-Z makes the best hooks. He just writes hook. No, we just say he's a rapper. If you go get Jay-Z and he comes in here and raps right now, all of us are under the impression that Jay-Z has written this
It's about to be a
himself.
16.
And he has written this himself. So, but if we find out, yo, Jay-Z didn't even write that. Memphis Bleak wrote that. And Beanie Siegel wrote that for him. It's like, Jay-Z, you ain't really all that no more.
I feel like if somebody, like,
Give you anything, it's over.
I feel like if somebody like says, yo, I can't look at that the same, or I'm not listening to it because somebody gave them to it, or somebody is writing it as somebody else, then I'm like, then you just cheating yourself, because you're just stopping yourself from listening and giving flowers to good music.
So
if you're reading this too late, it's a good album.
Nah, it
If
is.
you believe that album is the best album ever that you ever listened to, you should say, yo, that's the best album ever. You should say, oh, it's a Ghost Rider, so it's not.
All right,
It's
so
the best.
So you're, but unless they're a snitch,
Because if you're a snitch, it
has nothing to do with this rapping in this microphone.
No, I'm saying,
let you say it, because
if you're-
you know what, you're missing out on some good music. Because a lot of these dudes be telling. A lot of these dudes be telling. You're missing out some good. Because that Gunna album busted. I'm gonna say that right now.
I'm gonna tell you the difference right now.
The Gunna and Wiz Khalifa song going.
I'm gonna tell you the difference right now. If you're writing as me, right? If you over here write a song for me as a basketball player, I need a theme song to be a basketball player.
Yep.
When you write a song as me as a basketball player, you're writing as me. What if you tell on somebody else? If you're labeled,
you shouldn't be rapping.
If you're labeled a snitch and you tell on somebody else, you can rap about other things, but don't rap about no street shit if you're a snitch.
You gotta stop telling yourself that you're doing enough. You have to do more.
Real shit,
Spend
bro.
too much time thinking about doing it.
See,
that's common sense. If you're
listen, that's what hip hop is. Hip hop is listen. Hip hop is built up on the common sense of, yo, you have to write your own rhymes, and if I catch you biting his rhymes, you're out of here.
No,
you can't even sound like the rest.
I'm saying this. I can't listen to the music the same if I know that you're not doing what you're saying you're doing.
You're a basketball player.
Right.
All right, and if it's all about, man, the finished product and what is supposed to be out on the court, are you cool with people taking steroids and taking drugs to be better than you?
If you're taking steroids, it's cheating the competition. If you're taking steroids, you're cheating the other people you're going against.
Because they're not taking steroids.
Because they're not taking steroids.
Okay, so if all of us are rappers and you got 9 people writing your raps and we don't, you're cheating us because we don't have 9 people writing our raps.
Here's the difference. in a sport, you can win a medal, you can win a championship. In basketball, I mean, in rap, there's no medal.
Yes, it is. There are accolades. Yes, it is, because when he comes out and he said, I got more slaps than the Beatles. I bet you do, because you had 13 people writing it.
Right, but that's not a championship ring. We're not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
The rings.
Yes, it is. It's the platinum plaques. It's the number one hits. It's like if you're beating all these records, of course you are, and I hope you definitely are, because you got everybody writing it.
Yeah, because we got to keep it moving 1 second. But I want to land with this for you, Eli. Right? I think something that the younger generation doesn't understand unless it was told to you. Because you could just pick up and listen to music and form whatever opinion you want about it if you don't have the context.
You
right?
shouldn't do that.
Yeah, but I think the context of hip hop is that like it's supposed to be like that.
It's supposed to be
somebody real. One day someone did not write something
and took the money,
and then they used that as their excuse. And then the next person did it.
Yep.
Next person did it, and now we're at this point where
now
we're
your street
matter.
part now.
So our biggest thing in having y'all on the pod is we feel like the integrity behind hip hop has degraded over time.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And there needs to be a way for us to speak to people in your age group who like even what you said, like, yo, I don't care. Like hip hop was built off you having to care about it. You know what I'm saying? Like if your style sounded like someone else's style in 1992, they would either beat you up or kick you out of rap.
Yeah.
Because why do you sound as much like me? Why does your name look like mine? You know what I'm saying? But as big business got involved in hip hop and people started saying, well, we want to push this artist and we want to sell this many records, that led to the degradation of hip hop. And now it's so far gone. Like, shout out to Nori. I've been meaning to say this on camera. There was an episode of Drink Champs where Nori said, we can't even hate on the young rappers because it's our fault that the game ended up like this. Because when around the time Mickey Fax, B.O.B., Asher Roth, people like that came in the game, Kid Cudi, they was clowning them and calling them weird instead of signing them and collaborating with them. Because really that generation of artists was like, they were different, but they still had the values of hip hop. Wale is another one who came out around then. They still had the core hip hop values that the older generation cared about.
Yeah.
But they basically dubbed them and clowned them. You know what I'm saying? Then the internet started taking off. Then younger people who didn't care about all that and just, I like Kid Cudi, I like this person. They started liking them. And what happened was the older generation started being looked at a certain way. And what Nori was saying was, we should have signed them dudes. We should have made music with them. Instead, we was worrying about still being ranked the best rapper. So now you have people that look at the older rappers, like in the industry, they look at the older rappers and they're like, damn, you ain't care about us. We don't care about y'all. We paving our own lane. And that's kind of how it got this far. And I feel like the final stake in the heart was when Soulja Boy was going at it with Ice-T. And Soulja Boy just wasn't hearing nothing he was saying. Shut up, old nigga. Da-da-da-da-da. He made it really funny, and he clowned him out. But it was kind of sad because Ice-T didn't understand how to properly position what he was saying on the internet at the time. It looked like Soulja Boy smoked him. But really what that was a changing of the guard. It was like, we on the internet, we gonna do what we want.
We getting this
you
money.
Old, shut up. To me, that was like when the whole world took that argument and it became old niggas versus young niggas.
And this is why Nas said hip hop is dead. This is why he said this back in 07. He's saying that because, like what you're saying, hip hop is dead because you don't care if he wrote it. You just want to hear something good out the speakers. You don't care if he's really real. You do, but there's some people that I don't care if he's really in a gang or not. If he's really in a gang or not, I don't care. Let him just say it. And I just want to have a good time. I want to get drunk to it. It's all good with me. He represent me. I don't care. It's like that's the part of what they're saying is like you don't want to lose that. Like the same way like basketball defends itself all the time. We're gonna make a 4-point line. Nah, we ain't doing that, Adam Silver. Nah, because you messing with the 3-point was enough. Now you're going too far. You have to keep the integrity of hip hop. You have to keep people in there to say you have to write your rhymes. You can't be You can't be a snitch and do this. You can't. You need that. So you and anybody else like never lose that. Never just be okay with anything because if you don't stand for something, you fall for anything, and it'll turn into something that you be like.
New Hard Mountain Dew Code Red. With 5% alcohol and a punch of cherry flavor, Hard Mountain Dew Code Red.
What is that now?
Well, I think the authenticity is the same no matter what genre. I think people want to see and feel what's real. And I feel like a person like Chief Keef, the reason why he resonated with us
It was
because
real.
he was really doing what he said he was doing.
Right.
A person like Young Thug, a person like even like a 50 Cent or Jay-Z, people can relate and they're really doing what they're doing.
Yes.
When it comes to bars and writing down raps, like, I don't, for me personally, this is me personally, like, I don't really get caught up in the lyrical stuff because I know there's a lot of lyricists that are top of the top. Their just music ain't as enjoyable as certain artists to me. That doesn't mean that they're not good or the rap is dead. There are a lot of good rappers that a lot of people listen to, but when it comes to making good music, there's people that's always gonna be like a Drake.
Yeah. Okay, but listen,
Those
those people that you say are like great rappers and all those things, like, and they're there. Whether that be people like Royce 5'9", Crooked Eye,
Joe Budden,
whatever. All those people, like everybody that's like a real dope rapper, like they're okay with not being as successful as Drake or whoever. If I gotta do that, I gotta go in there and kiss this person or and do this, and I gotta bend over and I gotta do this, and I gotta let him write the raps, and I'm not doing that.
And that's the thing, right? So when we talk about, a lot of times I get in the new age hip hop arguments, and it'll be like, I used to always get in this argument about who's better, Mobb Deep or Outkast, right? Especially when I first moved to the South, around like 2005, right?
Yes.
Duo?
Yes.
They're not even top 3.
To you, and that's cool.
This man said.
Who is the top?
People we talk.
On top of the game and on top of the lyricism list, if he's saying Andre is, let's go check him out. But International Anthem didn't come till years later.
Bro,
It
we know
was.
out of
Since
the 4
2002?
people we talking about, Andre
Eminem
is the
said that in
highest
02.
MC, but there's other things.
Andre 3000 verse before that. This was all hey y'all like oh
He did. No, he didn't do it yet. But no, I'm saying he to throw some deep.
Here, Wolf, but us.
Okay.
Are they
Who is he arguing?
Are they the best rap duo? Are they the best rap duo of all time?
Yes.
Duo?
Yes.
They're not even top 3.
To you, and that's cool.
This man said.
We here, baby.
Top 3 rap duos all
We
time.
here, baby.
Number 1, Jay-Z and Kanye West.
That's
They
not
ain't no rap duo.
They are.
They got an album.
They got an album.
No.
I said duo. I didn't say group.
Hold on, Wolf.
I ain't say group. I said duo.
I want Wolf to
They
answer.
do got an album. Any
I said
two
you-
that got an album is up there.
Drop an album with someone else, and it's just 2 of y'all, and y'all both single artists. If y'all got at least one album together, can you be counted as a duo?
No.
No.
Y'all don't have a title, a name.
They ain't even got no name.
Y'all don't have a name together.
That would make you a group.
Yes.
I said a duo.
Oh, what are we doing?
And guess-
What are we doing? What are we doing?
and
Y'all
guess
didn't say
what?
we're a gang, we're a group.
And
I didn't say we're a gang, we're just a group.
And I'm gonna say this to keep the integrity of
What
hip
are we
hop.
doing,
Kanye didn't write half of what you heard him say. So he's
I don't
not
care.
in no.
Watch the Throne is better than any Outkast album.
You a lie.
Boy, ooh.
You a lie. It's not bad.
Watch the Throne.
I'm gonna tell you something. Watch the Throne might not be. Watch the Throne might not be better than any Outkast album.
That's a good argument, though.
It's not.
I
I
take
don't know what you're talking about.
and Kanye West. I take Future and
And
Drake.
you had bad takes all
Oh,
Now,
night.
if you saying separately, if you saying like I would take Jay over
Yeah,
over Drake,
Yeah,
then that's different.
I'm saying-
But you saying you take Jay-Z and Kanye,
I'm saying them as a duo. When them two make music together, they make better music to me.
Okay, who's your third?
Who's your third?
Hold on. Say the top 2. Say all 3 together for us.
My first, I'm gonna go Jay-Z and Kanye West.
Okay.
Another one, I'm gonna go Drake and Future.
Better have Jim Jones in there too. Where you going?
Shit, I take Dipset over them.
And
I take Dipset over them.
you saying duo?
Over
He said
Outkast?
as a group, Dipset is better now.
The Outkast?
You saying Dipset is better than
I prefer
Outkast?
listening to their music.
I didn't say what you prefer.
I've never
What are
been.
we doing?
I've never.
Just because you prefer McDonald's over
Over Ruth Chris.
Over Ruth Chris.
Hey, I don't mean that. This is better.
I'm saying, I listen to the music that I like to listen to. I'm not gonna say, oh, Outkast is the great. They sold all this. Nah, I'm not a big fan of Eminem. I'm not a big fan of him. People might have him as like top 10 or top 5. I'm not a big fan of him at all.
We talking about Outkast.
All right, I'm not a big.
Now you really think Now you really think Diplomats is better than Outkast?
Absolutely.
So you did. Nah.
Every time they bring up a list, and every time they say like Outkast is really Andre 3000. You think Andre 3000 is the greatest? That's what you think.
That's cool, because you went out
So,
there
okay,
and you don't know.
so-
Big Boy just it's them to
Yeah,
them.
for real
It's
though.
a duo. It's Outkast. It's
Big
not-
Boy
it's
does not.
You see how you say Jay-Z and Kanye? Because they don't got no group name. It's Outkast.
They're not a group.
They are a group.
Outkast is a
Jay-Z
group.
and Kanye not a group.
Duos, and that's what I'm saying. Because they're individuals.
The question was,
Andre and
Crazy
Big Boy
me.
are Outkast together.
I just want to let y'all know at home. I have my phone out because I'm gonna cut.
that's a group.
They both going crazy.
We're not playing with Michael Jordan. We're not playing with Michael Jackson. We're not playing with Outkast.
That's a group.
But okay, so
The question
duo.
was duo.
Okay, so you rocking with Dre? Oh, okay. No groups. So no groups included.
More
in
than
this.
one person.
Oh, you rocking with Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg as a duo?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Got you.
They're better than Outkast too.
Why you sticking your
Dr.
head?
Dre and Snoop Dogg make better music together. To me.
Wolf.
Wow.
Wolf, why I actually got you on camera
I'm so
and a part of an episode.
I'm so
This is your
appalled.
era. See, this is your era.
You said duo. I'm
That's
saying
cool to
duo.
you, and you.
He said he went to Outkast.
And I respect it. My thing is, it's baseless. You just doing it just like, oh, they better. Based off what?
Based off of the music that I like.
Okay, cool. But
You're
my-
saying if you're asking
No,
my
no,
list,
but my
I'm gonna
thing,
give my opinion.
that's cool. But my thing is, you also now created, they sold a million records or they did this, boom, 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 boom. That counts for something. My thing is, if you don't know enough or you don't got your ears right to hear a certain type of music, because just like you, I hear everything too. It's one of those things you gotta respect, and you not having Outkast in the top 3 or 4, especially when you got niggas that ain't even for real duos over them. It's
No,
disrespectful.
you said rap group.
No, you said duos, and you
Yeah, I
put
said
Jay-Z
duo.
and Kanye.
I
You
said
said not a duo.
He put-
They made a collab album.
he put-
That's not a duo. They made a collab album.
he
It's
put-
not the same. Drake and Future is not a
He
duo.
blacking
They
me.
made a collab
Now he
album.
going crazy.
Outkast is a duo and a group that came together.
You
So
can't-
it wasn't organized or
my-
they changed
my-
the name.
my
Hey,
man-
he
It's
going
not the
crazy.
same. They're not doing it.
My man put.
He going crazy.
My man put.
If they're not the same, then you gotta separate it.
Hey,
You naming people in duos that are better than Outkast and it's a
he
real
went
duo.
outside of a duo. He went trio. He said Dipset.
I said I'd rather listen to Dipset because he said the Jim Jones.
He had Dipset in a duo. He got Dipset in a duo. Dipset in a duo.
We said duo.
But you're bringing up collab albums. That's what I'm saying. Those aren't duos.
That's what makes them a duo. The collab album.
No, that's a
What
collab
makes them a
album.
duo then?
I told them. They got 3 minutes though.
This plugin definitely made me realize I don't need to be paying for all my sample libraries.
That's not an assist, dumbass singer.
Yeah.
Alright. I missed my first 3.
Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna have to get in the lab.
Shut up, bro. Damn. Don't do too much. I tried to dribble around his string. It didn't work. Body like a melody. Nah, bitch, you not doing that on me. I was just shooting this shit in my court, yo. So if I can't shoot it in here, bro, I don't know. Give me that shit. Huh? Backing me down. It's L2 this nigga. Alright, PG, come on. Ah, big dude. That shit, pick that shit up, nigga. Come on, nigga. Fuck that nigga. Give me the ball.
Fuck that nigga. Give me the ball.
Let me cook up, man. Bruh. Watch this. Bruh, move! Bitch! Fuck you behind me for? Dumbass. Nigga hunching me in my booty.
I might get my center. We about to run a quick game of twos.
Dumbass nigga. Nothing about that shit. Taking this all the way to the Baja. Get off me, big dude. Oh. Chicken. Oh, crowd them.
Is that time?
Huh? No, no bad timing. Perfect timing, actually.
My bad for my multiple disappearances.
It's all good, you know. I know you.
Yeah.
How you been?
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Not at me. Whatever you're spending. Okay. Like 7.
You at 7?
Yeah.
Let me see the fit.
Why? I don't have a fit on. I just.
You looking good.
Stop. I'm gonna keep saying that today. I'm like, y'all have blocked out. So I don't have a fit on for them. I just literally didn't know what to wear. I was gonna wear my gray tank. Okay, I have like a lot of tanks. I have a lot of tank tops like this. So I was gonna wear my gray one.
Yeah, what up, Saint?
Why'd you mute me?
No, I was talking to my boy Saint. He on the game. But you look not good. Keep going though. Why you spinning?
Because it's nature, but we not there.
True that.
Thank you. I was just literally didn't know what to wear. I feel like I don't have clothes.
No, you still put that shit on with the sparkling white shirt, like pink,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
belt.
it's not. You see a belt? No, you know, I only put this belt as the only belt that's big enough. Like my other belts are. No, this belt is small. Cause look.
But the whole fit makes sense though, like.
When I take off my belt, it has too much room. My pants are baggy again because I've been losing weight. So.
Wow.
This is a lot
So you slimming down, huh?
A lot, yeah.
Been in the gym, huh? Okay, I see.
Now how am I gonna keep my fitness? Am I saying I want to?
You be eating your fruit?
Whoa. No. I kind of just, well, bananas are fruit, so yeah, I have to.
You gotta eat more. You gotta eat some strawberries.
Look, one. This is the 10th one.
Okay.
So my pants won't be baggy. Because then I'll be sagging. Doing the wrong impression. Don't think I'm doing it on purpose. And then I was gonna
When you get a 360. Alright, I'm trolling, bro. Let me stop trolling. I'm dead ass. But,
mad people ask me for a 360. That's what you said that.
bro, they need to stop that, bro.
Remind me, like, what the hell? Like, cause that means it must work on most girls or something. Cause y'all say it a lot though. Like, let me just get a 360 real quick. I'm like, what? You might as well just say turn around and let me see that thing.
Nah, but with you, I would have already had your hand, and I would have like put it up, and I would have made you spin already.
Alright, you guys have your what you would have done. Okay. Thanks.
Yeah.
That's probably why my guy was bugging before I left a little bit too. He was like, "You say, bro, it's broad daylight."
It is.
Yeah, you said remortgage it. I'm like, Dad, come on, you know my schedule every other day. He's just like, "Be safe." I was like, "Chill, just go to school." I'm not going outside. I mean, later tonight, after I'm here, I'm probably gonna get some more rest. Come on, the back can kill a lot. And wine is actually healthy. You know, pregnant people can drink wine.
Really?
Well, a certain type. Let me not say it like that. A certain type.
Yeah, make sure you know which type.
You're not gonna drink wine when I'm pregnant.
You sure?
No, my point of saying pregnant people can drink it to say like terrible for the human body is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I'm not promoting it. I'm just trying to like emphasize like it's not like alcohol where it's gonna kill you off.
Oh, I thought you were trying to promote that shit.
No, I'm trying to like say like it doesn't have like bad stuff in it. It has sugar. But besides that, I mean, not like hard liquor. Hard liquor is questionable.
Nah, we don't do hard liquor. I know you do.
You don't know what I do.
Yeah.
Name 5 things I like to drink.
Oh, what's that drink that your dad said that you drank you wasn't supposed to?
That's literally insane. Because that's not even what I like to drink. That's like wrong. Beep. Next one. What else
But
do
what
you
are you
have?
trying to say? Why am I wrong? What the hell?
Because like I don't like to drink that.
Oh no.
I never. You know, but you saying I drink hard liquor, so I'm trying to like.
Yeah, you
okay,
drunk that,
since
right?
you know everything, but what I like to drink.
Oh. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, let's slow down. I just wanted you to correct yourself. I didn't correct you just now. You did that on your own.
Okay.
What? See? No, that was smooth though. Like.
Yeah, it was.
That's exactly how I'm gonna be working with these students over.
No, but you know some people can't even like they can't admit it though. Like they gonna battle you.
No, it's not. It's not even an admitting thing. It's a letting you realize it first. Then you can agree with me. Versus me trying to get you to agree with me. It's pointless. You have to feel like it's right on your own.
Alright.
Why are you looking at me like? Alright, that's smooth. You can zoom in on the first one. He's so annoying. What the hell?
You teaching people right now?
No. Kobe wants me, like, he wants the lineup of the pictures he wants me to post for his birthday.
Wait. Oh, he wants you to arrange them?
No, he wants me to post what he wants me to post. Like, he's so annoying. He's funny. And I can add our picture too. But I'll see what you were up to because I didn't text you back, so call.
Yeah, I know. My phone about to die. Hold on. I'll put it on the charger. You never text me, but it's alright.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to work on it.
No, I don't
not
care.
really.
No, yeah, you ain't, that's not even that you gotta work on. Right? Cause I already know when you text, you gonna text. Just do you. Stay in your little space.
Like,
I don't care.
yeah. In my little space, don't say little first before you say my space.
Nah, your little space. Just in your little space.
Yeah, but don't the little. He said, Lululemon. Wait, yeah, you just keep saying little. I peeped that just now.
What you want me to say? Mike. We playing twos or threes?
I ain't playing twos with you, cause I'ma sell your ass.
No, you not. Pop out. Come on.
Yes, I am, bro. Mari finna come. Bring your ass, girl.
Oh, never mind. Let me see. I'm gonna pause.
He is too much, yo. I don't know.
What happened, bro? Just don't know. Usually you know everything.
No, I do not.
I'm always gonna say you know everything, cause you do.
I don't know why. I don't know.
Yes, you do.
It's impossible to know everything.
Yeah, you just like, you know, you achieve the impossible. You're one of them type of people. open. Nope, no threes, no threes. Oh, that's a yo, he just got that over me, bro. This shit runs, bro. Oh my god.
These are all so nice. It pisses me off. Like, this is, I don't know. Who's back here? Island is so dramatic. Ooh, what's right? I'm gonna cook something right now.
You wanna cook something? What you got to cook? Let me help you cook something. Let me make you a meal. Well, not make you, but let me help you plan out your meal.
I don't know.
What you
I
mean?
want to cook something, like maybe.
You don't know what you got?
No, it doesn't matter anything. I just know how to make something.
Make some pizza.
No, what the hell? It's boring.
Boring?
Not boring, but no, I'm not performing. And I don't really have like a taste for pizza that much anymore.
So what you craving? Talk to me.
I don't know. Bruh, I don't know yet. I don't know. I'm getting hungry and I feel like I just want to make something.
You want some tacos? You want a burrito? This shit is so terrible, bro. Like, what the fuck, man?
Wait, hold on. Kobe went all these pictures. He wanted me to post all these pictures in like, how the hell am I supposed to do it? He wants to, how many pictures? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he wants a 4x4 with just him. Like, isn't that so savage?
Yeah.
He said, I need these for the hoes. He just want to get all the hoes off my page.
Point him in a direction.
Huh?
So you gotta point Brody in a direction.
I am, but he's just funny because this is so obvious. The pictures he picked. And you know sick. He did not even. You know what? I'm gonna post the one I want to post because I sent him so many pictures, and he picked only one. No, how many I sent him? 4? 1, 2. I sent him 5, so he couldn't do the 4x4. He just said, "I want this one." I'm like, what? Motherfucker. So you know what? I'm gonna pick the one I want. But he's saying zoom in on the last one. Like, bro, what? He want the grad photo in there. I get it. He want the ladies to know he's like that. Okay. You want the selfie? I understand. Then these last two is light skin as fuck, bro.
Come to the two. Wait, Marier?
Yeah, she's gonna come. You sold me right there.
That other guard sold.
That you ain't that other guy. I told you to pass it out to me. I was finna shoot that shit. I was finna.
I'm hungry.
Me too.